Okay, so at the Etihad it's finished. Manchester City 2, Everton 1. Carlo Ancelotti slips to his first defeat as Everton manager. Not the best game for New Year's Day, in all fairness. Everton looked tired, they looked lethargic, passes were going all over the place. And I think the last few weeks have finally caught up with Everton and starting to take their toll. Um, we were, as I said, we were really tired. You looked at Man City and they looked fresh, constantly, constantly on the move. The passing was crisp, passes into feet were spot on, and we were probably lucky not to go 2-0 down, but for VAR. Um, Now VAR has just been really really weird today. The first one was an offside. You could see, the initial pass in before it came over to right across the box for Foden, that it was offside, which fine, all well and good. But then the second one for Mahrez, which was just daft. The linesman, why the liner doesn't flag for offside when it's right in front of him, I just don't know. That's just weird. And then it's then gone on from the offside to, a chest. Mahrez has chested it down, used his arm as well, as you'll eventually see in the replay, and Luca Dean's brought him down. So rather than actually taking it back to the decision of offside, it's, well, hang on, is that a penalty claim? And it clearly isn't. If the liner flags for that, it's done and it's over and done with, and you're not, this is really pathetic now. You've seen how damaging it was yesterday with all the amount of goals that were, flagged for offside. Even the one before, where for West Ham, is even worse when you see Mark Noble kicking the floor and getting a penalty for it. But the problem is you can't scrap it. You scrap it now, then you gotta look at the rest of the early games in the season and go, well, actually you can't give those goals because we should have used VAR because it wasn't sufficient, and it's not worth the fucking paper it's written on. But anyway, went into the first half goalless, which was fine, even though how tired we looked. Second half, we didn't look any better. I thought Richarlison again looked off the mark. Sigurdsson was hauled off after 60 minutes, rightly so. Again, he's starting to look like a bit of a passenger again and again and again, and he's going to have a look at himself. Now, for me, saying Richarlison was off the game, definitely was, but the work for the goal that made it 2-1. Fair play to Moise Keane for the endeavour and kept going with the layoff to Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison slotting. But after that, again, we were knocking on the door, but City just had too much class again. I mean, Jesus could have had the third there, but absolutely rattled the post. I just want to go back to that second goal then as well in the second half for Jesus, where Pickford's beaten at his near post. Now he's good at doing all the flashy stuff and he's doing all the fancy saves for the camera, but when it comes to the neat and tidy stuff and the not getting beat at your near post, he's struggling. And I think maybe I'm not saying that you need to time out of the side, but maybe he needs to have a look at something. Maybe a goalkeeping coach needs to be stepping in and having a look at this, because it's happening far too much. But I'm not gonna criticise too much the team, because it's our first defeat in 6. We've had what we thought was going to be a really difficult December, and we've come through it unscathed, which is absolutely amazing. Duncan's done that amazing job for us. Carlo Ancelotti is now in place, and I think it's just shown the work that Carlo Ancelotti is going to have to do. He's got a lot of work, I know he said in the press conference yesterday that it wasn't going to start until January the 5th. He's going to start looking at players after the Liverpool game. I'd start looking now, because we got tired legs out there, and even if Liverpool put out a half decent side, I think we'll struggle just with the way we are at the moment with fitness more than anything. Not so much the team. I think just the way we are, we're tired, we're leggy, and we showed that. We look really tired in those last 15 minutes. And as I say, Ancelotti's got a lot of work to do, and he's got to build his side now, and hopefully he's going to have that opportunity over the next month. But this month is crucial for Everton. We've got to hit the ground here running. Because this is going to define the rest of our season. We don't start making some semblance of trying to put in some new players and some new bodies into this side, we'll struggle for just because of how tired we look now after this heavy month. But it is what it is, and we'll wait and see how the next month pans out. And you know, we've got the cup game against Liverpool coming up on the 5th. Anything can happen here, but I'm not too disappointed. I think a lot of people saying this game was a free hit, and I probably suppose it was at this point because of all the games that we've had where we played considerably well, where we haven't played well but got a result. So you know, it's one of those games where you think, okay, well, I'm more glad that this is out the way than anything, you know. So for now, we'll concentrate on the next game, which is probably what Ancelotti will say. So before I sign off, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel below. Lash all your comments in as well, and make sure you're following us on Grand Old Team and F Blues TV on Twitter, and that really helps a lot as well. So till then, up the toffees, happy new year, all the best, cheers.